good day everyone. We are the reporter for today's video. I am Gemaline Trigo.
I am Baby Jean Emarana. I am one of the discussants for today's meeting, and we will be going to discuss about Republic Act number 7877, an act declaring sexual harassment unlawful in the employment, education, or training environment and other purposes. First, we have our learning objectives.
So here are objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students are expected to first define sexual harassment, second, demonstrate appreciation to the importance of Republic Act number 7877 through essay in writing.
First, we'll define what is sexual harassment. So when we say sexual harassment, it is any forms of unwelcome behavior that is offensive, humiliating, and intimidating. It can be written, verbal, or physical. That can be happen in personal or online. And now, let's welcome Ms. Gemaline M. Trigo to discuss Republic Act number 7877, particularly in Section 1 to Section 4.
Section 1, title, This Act shall be known as Anti-Sexual Harassment Act of 1995. Section 2, Declaration of Policy. The state shall value the dignity of every individual, enhance the development of its human resources, guarantee or requirement for submission is accepted by the object of said act. So in a work-related or employment environment, sexual harassment is committed when against one who is under the care, custody, or supervision of the offender, against one whose education, training, apprenticeship, or tutorship is entrusted to the offender. When the sexual favor is made a condition to the giving of a passing grade, the granting of honors and scholarships, or the payment of a stipend, allowance, or other benefits, privilege, or considerations, or when the sexual advances result in an intimidating, hostile, or offensive environment for the student, trainee, or apprentice. Any person who directs or introduces another to commit any act of sexual harassment as herein defined, or who cooperates in the commission thereof by another without which it will not have been committed, shall be held liable under this act. Section 4, duty of the employer or head of office in a work-related education or training environment. It shall be the duty of the employer or the head of work-related educational or training environment or institution to prevent or deter the commission of act of sexual harassment and to provide the procedures for the resolution, settlement, or prosecution of acts of sexual harassment towards this end. The employer or head of office shall promulgate appropriate rules and regulations in consultation with and jointly approved by the employees or student or trainee through their duly designated representatives, prescribing the procedure for the investigation of sexual harassment cases and the administrative sanctions. Therefore, administrative sanctions shall not be barred to prosecution in the proper courts for unlawful acts of sexual harassment. The said rules and regulations issued pursuant to this subsection shall include, among others, guidelines on proper decorum in the workplace and educational or training institutions. Create a committee on decorum and investigation of cases on sexual harassment. The committee shall conduct meetings as the case may be with the officers and employees, teachers, instructors, professors, coach, trainer, and student or trainees to increase understanding and prevent incident of sexual harassment. It shall also conduct the investigation of alleged cases constituting sexual harassment. In the case of a work-related environment, the committee shall be composed of at least one representative, each from the management, the union, if any, the employees from the supervisory rank, and from the rank and file employees. In the case of educational or training institution, the committee shall be composed of at least one representative from the administration, the trainers, teachers, instructors, professors or coach, and student or trainees, as the case may be. The employer or head of office, educational or training institutional, shall disseminate or post copy of this act for the information of all concerned.
And now, let's proceed to Section 5. Liability of the employer, head of office, educational training institution. The employer or head of office, education or training institution shall be solidarily liable for damages arising from the acts of sexual harassment committed in the employment, education, or training environment. The employer or head of office, education, training institution is informed such act by the offended party and no immediate action is taken over. Next is Section 6, Independent Action for Damages. Nothing in this act shall preclude the victim of work, education, or training related to sexual harassment from instituting a separate or independent action for damages and other affirmative relief. And now, let's proceed to Section 7, Penalties. Any person who violates the provision of this act shall, upon conviction, be penalized by imprisonment of not less than 1 month nor more than 6 months, or a fine of not less than 10,000 nor more than 20,000 pesos, or both such fine and imprisonment at the discretion of the court. Next is Section 8, Separability Clause. If any portion of a provision of this act is declared void or unconstitutional, the remaining portions or provisions thereof shall not be affected by such declaration. Next is Section 9, Repealing Clause. All laws, decrees, orders, rules, and regulations, other assurances, or parts thereof inconsistent with the provision of this act are hereby repealed or modified accordingly. The last section is Section 10, Effectivity Clause. This act shall take effect 15 days after its complete publication in at least 2 national newspapers of general circulation.